Today we're actually doing Q&A session, all right? So Q&A, everybody asks me questions on Instagram and I believe on other platforms. Okay, so first one is from MK Mendes. Her question is, what are your general expectations for real estate after COVID-19? When I got into real estate, I got involved right when the market was climbing like crazy and then when it crashed, right? So that was the period of time that I got involved. So I saw the exponential growth and I saw the extreme crash where some people lost everything, not only money, but their families. You know, they went through divorces. So I saw this horrendous transition. And since then, I still wanted to get in real estate because I knew that this industry is very powerful. But you know, once I got involved, once I started investing, that event always lingered in my mind. So, you know, for me, I've always been playing defense when I buy properties, which means that, you know, when I buy properties, I don't buy anything unless it's positive in cash flow at a certain percentage of return, okay? And then I look at ways in which I can make more money, such as upside, like how much upside it has, or different strategies that I can implement. But first and foremost, it needs to be positive in cash flow. And the reason why that's important is because when a pandemic hits or when something that is unexpected that will affect, you know, home prices, guess what? If you're positive in cash flow, you don't need to sell that property. So which means that you would never have to realize the loss because you never sold. Make sense? People only lose money when they realize the loss. I'll give you an example. If your home is worth $1 million when you bought it and suddenly the market crashes and goes to $800,000, all right? Now, if you sell the property, you would have realized a $200,000 loss. But if you would have held on to the property, eventually the price would come back up, right? So eventually when the price comes back to $1 million and then you sell the property, you would have never realized the loss of $200,000. Make sense? So when you're in a positive cash flow scenario, you're in a position to not have to sell. So which means that during this pandemic, I don't have to sell. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter what happens, I have the ability to hold on to my properties. What's my expectations after COVID? I expect multifamily real estate to still perform extremely well. I expect eventually things will recover. Okay, thank you for the question. Next one, we have Greedy Penny. Greedy Penny, unique name. Do you ever get scared of failing? And if you do, what types of things do you do to conquer your fear? Okay, so failing, yeah, I think about it all the time actually, to be very candid with you guys. And it's very scary to me to fail. And it's very realistic to fail. I don't think I'm invincible. Actually, every single day, I think about the different ways I could fail, okay? And how I utilize fear and you know, when I think about failure, it's not that I'm thinking about, okay, these are the ways I could fail. Oh, I'm so scared. Okay, that's not the process I go through. The process of me thinking about failing is that I think about the ways that I could fail or ways that life could take me down. And on a day-to-day basis, I go to work so that I fortify my position. Does that make sense? If you look at somebody like me, you say, okay, now what can possibly take you down at this point? Well, you know, I start thinking about all the different ways or all the different things that could happen. And this will actually tie into a video that we're doing today. We're gonna do a walkthrough at 2900 Gardendale, one of my old investment properties that I've just sold. That property got shot up and somebody died. Okay, and now think about this. If you don't have proper protection, if you don't have proper insurance, if you don't have the proper LLC set up or corporation set up, you don't have things in place, small things can take you down. Okay, small things can take you down. If I don't have health insurance, and let's just say, God forbid, I get into some type of horrendous accident or I have some health issues, that could take me down if I don't have health insurance, right? Because the bill can amount to millions of dollars and it could take me down. Instead of naming every single thing that could take me down, the process that I utilize to handle this is that I think about different ways or different things that could go wrong. I logically think about it, not necessarily through emotions. So I logically think about these things and I will come up with a list, and every single day I'm working out ways to fortify my position so that these things that could potentially take me down do not take me down. Make sense? And also, if you're talking about failing financially, when I think about failing in that arena, I just go to work every single day, you know? Most people, their hobby is, I don't know, play video games or watch football or, okay, nothing bad about these things. But for myself, my hobby is personal development. My hobby is growing my wealth. I do things and I train myself to like to do things to help me progress in life. And that's one of the ways I deal with fear. That's one of the ways I deal with potential financial failure, is that as much time and energy as I can muster, I move towards the direction of doing better. So which means I'm moving further away from quote unquote failing, right? So thank you for that question. Next question we have is from Tom JWD. What is the most influential beneficial real estate book you have read? Tom from UK. All right, Tom from UK. One of the books that I will give credit to, which changed my life, is Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Right, so that would be the first book I recommend. Thank you for the question. Moving on. Next question is from Aaron Lee. AAARONLEE. All right. It says, hello. Is it possible for foreigners to invest in U.S. property, something like that you're doing? It is absolutely possible for you to invest in a property in the United States, but the thing is, there is a foreigner's tax on properties, okay? Don't quote me, even though this is on video, but do your own research, Google it, just Google foreign investor tax. I believe when you sell the property, there's like additional, like 13 or 30, it was something high. Extremely high percentage of tax for foreigners, but it makes sense. Other way to do it is to put your money with different companies, which they invest for you. When you get net returns, you're gonna have to pay taxes on that anyway, so figure it out from your CPA, all right? Okay, next one, we have Big Mikey Sleaze. What got you started in real estate? Great question. Big Mikey, check out our video. We're gonna link you right now, okay? And just take a look. But overall, I got into real estate because it made the most amount of sense. It was the one industry where you can park your money and have your money grow. It was the most stable industry. From my research, it created the most amount of millionaires. And to me, I was just good at it. Like, I understood the numbers. It just came naturally, I would say. Thank you for your question. All right, okay, the question after that, Ivan Kontrarski. Okay, I can't pronounce that right, but you guys got the point. Would you be my friend and mentor? I can mentor you. For me to be someone's friend, and you should adapt this too. This is not to be me anyway, but this is just how it operates. My friends all have something that they can contribute towards my life, and I the same to them. Okay, it's a give and take relationship. And for my friends, I purposely look for friends who do better than me in different aspects of life. Is because you become your friends. You become the average of your friends. And for you personally, look for people around you who will help you to progress in life, that will help you do better in certain areas of your life. It's very difficult to become successful and to be in an environment where all your friends are constantly contributing to each other. I'll say that's one of the easiest ways to move slightly ahead in life without trying too much. Does that make sense? But again, that is a mental choice that you have to make. And initially, when I heard of this concept of limited association, I thought, what kind of asshole would do that? It's like you would purposely not hang out with certain members of your friendship group and then purposely hang out with others because, they could help you. But the thing is, when you keep limited association in mind, you specifically hang out with people that can help you progress in life, because to become successful in life, it is very, very hard, all right? And to have these people in your life, it is a blessing, and to have these people's help is just something I've done. And I kind of feel bad about it, but again, I give the opportunity for all my friends to grow with me, and if they choose not to, yeah. Anyways, so you get the point. All right, next question. We have, I can't pronounce this either. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. You guys will see the tag. It says, if you were 26 years old, this is interesting. If you were 26 years old with 100K, what would be your next move? Asking for a friend. Okay, $100,000 in the bank, easy stuff, okay? I would put $100,000 down as 20% on a positive cash flowing property that have upside. That's a no-brainer. That's either a couple duplexes or a fourplex, okay? 20% down, 100K will buy you a $500,000 property here in Sacramento. You can get into a fourplex with upside. Maybe I'll leave some money on the side. So maybe I'll only spend 80,000, leave 20K, or spend 75, leave 25, 70, 30. Maybe that's a better idea. Spend like 70,000, 75,000, and then leave the rest in the bank for rehabilitation, rehabbing of the unit, for emergency funds if you don't have any. But the idea is to buy a positive cash flow property that have upside so that I can leverage my money right away, so that I can start growing my wealth, right? I would never let that 100K sit in the bank. That's the last thing I would do. But anyways, hope that answered your question. And thank you guys so much for asking all these questions. If you have any more, make sure you reach out on Instagram or you reach out on YouTube, and we'll do our best to get to every single one of them. Thank you guys so much.